Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Nadim, and today I'm going to be doing a vid on the strongest characters in One Piece Bounty Rush at the moment. Now, I will say this before I begin this video. If you guys are in the A plus to S plus ranks, well, you probably don't need help because you know what you're doing. This is more for people that are starting and want to know what to reroll for, or what should they focus on when thinking about characters. So first thing I want to do is think about what others are going to do, right? It seems obvious, but not many people think of it, right? I don't know who the strongest characters are. If you want the brief, I think weakest 4-star Wapol, best 4 stars Mihawk, Crocodile, and NL. But I think tomorrow or the day after we're getting Whitebeard and Ace, so they probably will become top tier as well. But I want to make this video before they come out, and they will probably still be the best, but this vid has been made before they come out, so we still don't know. And the way I'm gonna do this is go like, hey, this character is good, and this character is a good counter, therefore this character is at least decent, right? Now let's think about what everyone has. Everyone starts this game with Shanks, and why is Shanks even stronger than you'd think? Well, you can easily get him to level 80 and even higher, so that if you get him to 6-star, right? So Shanks's level is pretty easy to level up, and being a red defense unit, most teams for a long time will have at least 2 or 3 Shanks as an option. So therefore, as a reroller, you probably don't want to reroll for a red character, right? Because you're gonna have Shanks. It's not most urgent to get 4-star right now. Plus, Shanks, you can get him to higher levels, so he might have better stats than other 4-stars that are from the gacha. So rerolling for Mihawk might not be the best thing, or same for Luffy. So you probably want to reroll for another character. But speaking of Shanks, he's really good, right? And who counters Shanks? Arlong. So Arlong is a 4-star that counters Shanks. Because he's an attack unit that can counter the fact that Shanks is red. Another blue 4-star is Crocodile. Now Crocodile's a defense unit, so in theory he won't be clashing much with Mihawk unless they're fighting over possession of 1 point, making Crocodile even stronger. Now, an interesting 4-star to note is Yasop, as he's the only runner in the game right now. Ace and Whitebeard might change that, but right now he's the only runner. Unfortunately, he's green, so he's weak to Shanks, but he's good against Crocodile, which also a lot of teams are going to have. So if you're going to reroll, you're probably going to reroll for a NL or a Crocodile, and since you'll have Shanks on the side, that makes for a nice team. But if you get Arlong, he's great against Shanks. Yasop is interesting as he's the only runner, and yeah, who else is available, right? Mihawk we know is good. He's a good damage dealer. Now, the only problem with Mihawk is when would you really need him, right? Like, we have Shanks, Luffy, like, he's red with Luffy. So if you have Luffy, then Mihawk's still better, I think. No, I know he's better, but is it worth pulling for Mihawk at that point? No. Plus, Mihawk's really good against Enel, who's one of the strongest characters, which gives Mihawk even a better, like, ranks him higher. But that doesn't mean that all green characters suck. It just means that for the early game, green characters are at a disadvantage, a slight disadvantage, simply because most people are going to be using Shanks. So NL won't be as effective, but in the higher ranks he will, because most people are going to still have Shanks because they're going to have him at high level, but a lot of people are going to start using Crocodile and Arlong to counter Shanks, and therefore NL could be a counter to the counter. Now, is Smoker and Wapol, from what I hear, they're really bad and no one uses them. And you can easily see why, right? The best DPS are red. Everyone has Shanks who's red, so in the possession of points, they're not gonna beat Shanks. So it's really hard to justify Wapol and Smoker at the moment. And yeah, so I think I covered all the 4-stars. Luffy is just a worse Mihawk. Mihawk is really good. Shanks is going to be used often. He's pretty good, but people can level him up really high, so that makes him top and most people have him. Crocodile and Enel still really good. Crocodile because he can defend the point better than Shanks, and Enel because he can counter that Crocodile and counter the Arlong that people are going to be using. So that's how you want to think about it from now on. I know this vid hasn't been really about what's good, more about how to think about what's good. So think about another game like Overwatch, right? So if Pharah is good, well, if everyone's using Pharah, well, use Soldier, right? So the same thing. Everyone's using Shanks, so you want to use Arlong or Crocodile. But you say, hey, a lot of people are now using, you're seeing more and more people using Crocodile and Arlong because they were able to pull dupes after summoning and whatever. So now that they have those characters, well, hey, you can simply just use your Enel. And that's how I think you should look at it, right? As for their skills, I didn't really go into what they do in terms of their skills. In general, defense units push your characters away, attack units deal damage. Anyways, point is, this is how you guys look at what's good in theory. Now, obviously, some characters are going to be better. There's a reason Crocodile and Enel are so strong. That's because their skills are so strong and their stats are so good. But that's something you can discuss in the One Piece Bounty Rush Discord. This video has been more of a way to say, hey, this is how you should see things. Now, if going forward, what are we going to think about? We're going to say, hey, a lot of people are going to reroll for Ace and Whitebeard, right? Therefore, we want to use characters to either play as Ace and Whitebeard or counter Ace and Whitebeard. See, and those characters that are Ace and Whitebeard are going to be top, and the characters that counter them are going to be top as well. So yeah, that's how you should see things if you kind of want to plan out your team that way. And yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. And that being said, hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.